Greetings everyone. So today I'm going to give Mark a break from the painting, and he's going to work on making column bases for the bottom, the supports for the outdoor living. So basically what we're going to do is make we're going to box in the bottom, say, third of the distance, so I can put rock, or so we can put rock around that base. And I've planned on going about 4 panels of the Versetta Stone, which works out to like just a hair over 32 inches high. So we're going to set the grade for the patio, and then we'll figure out where that's going to hit, and then we'll come up 1 inch, and then he's going to go ahead and box in the columns. So we're going to get started on putting the rock on the columns for the porte cochere. And the first thing I did was I put a metal flashing at the bottom of the column, and it's got a 3/8 inch hook, or like it's like a 90-degree flashing, so that 3/8 goes back under the plywood to protect that bottom edge of the plywood. As you can see, the house wrap is a little long anyway, but that just got pushed in when that little 3/8 hook went back under the plywood. And then I used the house wrap tape just to seal the top. And then the next step, I'll take you over the column. Mark's working on it right now. So what we did next for the stone is the Versetta Stone has a starter strip that you can use. It's one of the things that we found, it's kind of flimsy, and if it's not directly laying on a wall, it'll tend to flex back. And so what we found is, because you can kind of see the edge, if this bottom edge right here is not up against the wall of some sort, this will want to flex back when you put the stone on it. So I think it's kind of an optional thing for the Versetta Stone, but I'm trying to put it in with whatever Versetta Stone recommends in case there's ever a warranty issue or something like that. So the next step we're going to do is I bought roofing tar paper, and we're going to wrap the columns again with the roofing tar paper, and that'll come down and over the Versetta Stone J flashing there at the bottom. And that'll serve 2 things. The main reason I wanted it was I didn't want, if there was any kind of crack showing through the seams of the Versetta Stone, I didn't want the white showing of the house wrap or the green showing of the zip sheathing on the other walls that we were doing. So having the black tar paper will be nice. So it'll just, if you can see through it, it'll just look like a shadow line. You won't even notice it. So let me take you over to what we've done so far. So this morning, Mark and I just finished up this wall with the Versetta Stone. And so Carrie and I decided we wanted to take the stone all the way up, and we wanted to have a whole accent wall rather than just having that wainscoting strip kind of along the whole bottom of the house. We thought this looked a little more modern. We had to cut around the light sockets, which was a little bit of a challenge, and of course going around the window is a challenge because you have to keep all of these panels level with all of those panels, so when you get to the top of the window, it's nice and flat across the top. So I'm pretty happy with the way this came out. It looks amazing. And I'll show you the other wall that Mark and I did a few days ago. So this is the wall on the back of the master bedroom, And it was even more challenging because now we had 3 sections of wall that we had to line up to make sure we ended up in the same spot when we got to the top of this, to the top of this, and to the top of this side. And then, of course, this was also a little bit of a challenge too, is trying to figure out what we're going to do here. And what we ended up doing was just cutting the stone so it hangs down about 1/4 of an inch, so it covers the edge of the soffit behind it, and it's still kind of squared out the wall. I didn't want to have to put a little piece of siding in there. I just thought that would look kind of funny, and I really wanted the stone to go all the way out. And I'm glad we took on the challenge of that, and it worked out nicely. So, and this is the Plum Creek in the Versetta stone. That's the color of this these panels. So this is the paint that Versetta Stone recommends. It's this Rust-Oleum multicolored texture, and for the Plum Creek panels, they say to get the Desert Bisque to paint all the ends. And then I also got another can of the textured, which has a little bit darker color, and that's in case I chip any of the darker color panels on the stone. So here's a look at the column that we got started on today. So it took us a little while to get the electrical box get cut in around that. So what I did with the saw, I notched in around where I need to for the light box. Now I'm going to knock all those little chunks out. All right, let's go take it over the table and I'll smooth all this out with the oscillating saw. All right, let's go see how it fits. All right, let's see. How'd we do? All right, we look good on the top. It's a little tight here on the bottom, and everything else looks like it's gonna fit. So that's quite a bit to take off the bottom. So I'm gonna try to put it back in the saw, see if I can't just get a little notch out of that. All right, looks like we got it. Got a little extra cutaway here, but it'll be covered by the scutcheon that's actually on the light. So I think I'm okay with that.